I'd like to make one last comment, if I may. I want to address what you're talking about. I totally understand how you feel. I worked for IBM for 28 and a half years. I worked in the chemicals. I worked in the office here. I know the situation that you're talking about, but here's the bottom line. Power never concedes anything without demand. It never has, and it never will. Frederick Douglass said that. What people need to do is demand that corporations like IBM and all the other industrial corporations in this country, let alone the rest of the world, put in some health and safety rules and follow the laws and regulations that apparently are being crushed and thrown down the drain. What you need is control. You can't get data unless the data exists and somebody collects it. If a company is not collecting it based on their own policies, or if they're not collecting enough of it, or if they're not paying attention to their employees, those are their rules. If they break their own rules, there's nothing you can do about it. But if, and I'm coming from a union perspective now, a union contract, in a lot of cases, provides the members with a health and safety clause that says, this is the agreement we have with the company in terms of the health and safety procedures, regulations, and daily operations. And you sign, and the company signs. And from that point on, the union and the company represent the employees together. And you can keep this data, you can collect the data, you can get more information. I can tell you for sure that all the companies that my union is part of, Communications Workers of America, CWA, they have an extensive health and safety program that is logged into the contract and is followed judiciously throughout the time that they are employed there. It's not the case at IBM, not the case at Atlantic Design, not the case at EJ's, not the case at Shenango Industries, not the case at Stowe Manufacturing, not the case, et cetera, et cetera. That, and therein lies the problem. So unless you demand something to change, and do it as a group, not just one person, do it as a group, this kind of stuff is not going to change. NIOSH did a superb job with what they had to work with.
Exactly.
And they did an absolutely outstanding job, and I want to say that on behalf of Alliance at IBM and the IBM employees and even the people in Endicott, because we learned some very valuable information here. One of the things that I learned is that you can't keep enough records. You can't expose things enough for what they are. And frankly, that's why we're here today.
One last question.